This video is going to show you how to use Google Forms to create a reading log. I like using Google Forms because I can collect all the data over the term so I can track my students. I also have evidence I can share with my students or my parents over their reading. This here is an example of what a general reading log might look like. The kids need to type in their name, about the book they're reading, how many minutes they read, which of the following best describes your reading habits this week. And then at the bottom, using between 8 to 10 sentences, summarize the main events that have occurred during your story this week. That question can change week from week. It might be about a character, it might be about the setting. What happens is it all gets recorded in one sheet. So you can see along the bottom, I've got different weeks. So here's an example of week 8. I've just taken out the students' names to keep privacy, and I can see what my students have read, how long, their reading habit, and their piece of writing. If I just double click on it, I can just have a read and see what they read about. And for an example, there's week 7 and week 6. To set this up, what you'll need to do is create a reading log Google form. I've attached a sample at the bottom of my blog post so you can make a copy if you want. What you need to do is make sure you make one and then make a copy. I try and make them for the whole term at the start of the term, so I don't have to go back and do them again. Reading log form. So that's how you make a copy. Now, to get them all to come onto one Google Sheet, this is what you need to do. Open up Reading Log 1, and I click on Responses. I then click on my little green Create Spreadsheet and create a new spreadsheet. Click Create. And that there has made a spreadsheet for Reading Log 1. Now, to link Reading Log 2 to that, I'm just going to close that. And I open up Reading Log 2. I click on Responses, and once again, I click on the green Create Spreadsheet. Here I click on Select Existing Spreadsheet and click Select, and it'll be the first one that you did, or that's there. And down here you can see that there's Reading Log 1. So what I try and do is make sure I label them so I know. Form 2, rename, Reading Log 2. Show you one more time just to make sure you get it. Open up Reading Log 3. Click on Responses, Create Spreadsheet, select Existing. It'll be the first one there. Select. And you'll see down the bottom here, I've got Reading Log 1, Reading Log 2. Rename that to Reading Log 3. You can see at the bottom of my one, I label them the weeks when I give them out for homework. So that's how I use Google Forms to make reading logs, and I use a Google Sheet to track the whole term of their reading from their reading log.